At times, NCIS Origins appears and feels more like a spin-off series than a prequel. Long-time NCIS watchers haven't been surprised by NCIS Origins, despite the fact that it has skillfully shown young Leroy Jethro Gibbs' early growth as a rookie special agent at the NIS Camp Pendleton branch. Although viewers and the show's supporting cast had been led to believe that Gibbs' pursuit of Pedro Hernandez, the Mexican drug dealer who killed Gibbs' daughter and wife, would be the main conflict throughout the first season, the 9th episode of NCIS Origins, Vivo o Muerto, revealed a major surprise. Gibbs had killed Hernandez before joining the Camp Pendleton branch. The mid-season finale Blue Bayou, which begins in the aftermath of Vivo o Muerto, before leaping back in time 6 months to the immediate aftermath of Gibbs' return to California following Hernandez's murder, added to the surprises. Important new details about Gibbs' history are revealed in Blue Bayou, such as the surprising relationship that motivated him to join NIS and the heartbreaking explanation for why he failed his psychiatric evaluation. In the early 1990s, a young Gibbs sets off on his adventure as an agent in the Naval Investigative Service. The show examines Gibbs' early years, the cases that influenced him, and the mentors who helped him along the way, like as Mike Franks, all set against the background of Camp Pendleton. Date of release: October 14, 2024. Principal genre types of crime: the crime scene. Austin Stoll, Patrick Fischler, Mark Harmon, Diane Rodriguez, Robert Taylor, Tyler Abercrombie, and Mariel Molino. Mark Harmon's brief appearance as Leroy Jethro Gibbs sitting around a campfire in the isolated tundra of Alaska, where NCIS fans last saw Gibbs, following his farewell to his NCIS comrades, opened NCIS Origins. As the elder Gibbs narrates his past experiences, Harmon's return to the role of Gibbs as the show's narrator raised the possibility that NCIS Origins would be ready to depart from the franchise's established police procedural plot. NCIS Origins struck a mix between focusing on Gibbs' personal background and routine procedural cases before to the mid-season finale, in order to solve the unsolved riddles surrounding Gibbs' past and demonstrate his journey toward atonement. The mid-season finale Blue Bayou decided to forego the procedural format. The episode's particular time period, which bridges the gap between the events after Pedro Hernandez's murder and Gibbs's joining NIS, is reflected in the non-procedural approach. The End Effect is an emotionally stirring episode that gives Austin Stoll's portrayal of a younger Gibbs a more realistic and three-dimensional appearance than ever before, while also revealing fresh biographical information that challenges the conventional wisdom about how Gibbs came to be the man that viewers have grown to know so well over the course of more than 2 decades. The NCIS Origins mid-season finale highlights Gibbs' unique bond. Beyond Gibbs, the most significant character on NCIS Origins has been Special Agent Mike Franks, who was first introduced as Gibbs' old partner and mentor in the 3rd season of NCIS and went on to become a perennial fan favorite supporting character. Before the NCIS Origins mid-season finale, fans were encouraged to think that Franks had the most impact on Gibbs' career, particularly in terms of making it possible for Gibbs to join NIS. But though Franks clearly had a significant influence on Gibbs' life and career, the conclusion makes it apparent that someone else should also be given recognition. Ruth was first introduced as Gibbs' stern apartment manager in the 7th episode of NCIS Origins, One Flew Over, but she turns out to be Gibbs' rescuer and surrogate older sister in the show's conclusion. In the climax, London Garcia's character Ruth is the first person Gibbs admits to killing Pedro Hernandez to. Ruth also shares with Gibbs her tumultuous connection with her estranged son. NCIS actor Mark Harmon needs a vacation after nearly 50 years of television acting. Ruth pushes Gibbs, who is shown in the finale working as a grocery store bagging clerk, to join in a law enforcement training school in Georgia in order to become a NIS agent because she recognizes his great investigative instincts. Ruth also persuades Franks to add Gibbs to his NIS team after accusing Franks of neglecting to supervise the once spiraling Gibbs. Gibbs's failure on his psychological evaluation exam, which has caused tension throughout the series, is also largely Ruth's fault. The mid-season finale shows that Gibbs' distress over learning that Ruth is dying of cancer is the reason he failed the test, despite the earlier theory that his failure was caused by his sorrow over the deaths of his wife and daughter. What is the future of NCIS Origins? The fact that NCIS Origins even exists at all is evidence of how Leroy Jethro Gibbs has grown to become one of the most recognizable figures in television history. But how does NCIS Origins keep viewers interested in the younger Gibbs' journey now that the show seems to have covered every facet of Gibbs' tragic past after the shocking mid-season finale? After all, almost everything that older Gibbs could possibly consider in the future is already canon to devoted NCIS viewers. The final scene of the finale, in which Gibbs spots a report on Operation Sundown, a reference to the series' opening murder investigation that led to the arrest of a drifter and alleged sniper killer named Bugs, put an end to any hopes that NCIS Origins would soon return to the non-procedural format. It will be difficult for NCIS Origins to establish itself apart from NCIS, which is still going strong in its 22nd season, as the program will be returning to the procedural structure of the series for the rest of its first season and beyond. Watch it live on Paramount+.